This is where it begins. The defense of the Calder Cup for the Toronto Marlies. With Greening on his right, Mueller cuts back in, puts it on goal, and up the side of the goal, it's knocked in. And the Marlies pick up the first goal of the hockey game, finding Nick Baptiste, the former Toronto Marlie, or former Rochester American, and he beats Scott Wedgwood.
I tell you, Nick Baptiste, I thought that he's got to be a guy you play against your former teammates.
Misses, picked up by Timoshoff. We're back to 5-on-5. Sandin scores out front. Mueller with the tip. And 5:29 left to go. The Marlies go up 2-0.
I think he does, you're right, but I don't believe this is going to be a power play tally. I think it had expired, but nonetheless, the Toronto Marlies, outstanding work. And
the line finding Sandin. Bracco draws top of the faceoff circle, side of the goal, knocked in. Mueller scores a power play goal as Mueller mashes in his second of the hockey game.
Absolutely precision, as it's Sandin he gets the puck from Timoshoff, and then he goes cross ice to Jeremy Bracco, and his shot, it hits something in front, but Chris Mueller in behind the goaltender, standing in the blue paint, and he deposits it in the back of the net, his second goal.
But it's tipped, and Brooks puts it on goal anyway. Engvall comes away with it again. Short-handed here as Brooks picks it up, tries the wraparound, scores! Adam Brooks makes it 4-0, a short-handed goal.
Sheldon Keefe said to me before the game here this morning, hey, defensive posture, you can't break down defense.
The Toronto Marlies and the Rochester Americans get into game number 2 of their best-of-5 series here in the first round of the American Hockey League playoffs. Comes back to Bracco from Sandin in close, little tip out front. Mueller backhand scores! And just 7 seconds in on the power play, the Marlies cut the lead to 1. Chris Mueller with his third of the playoffs. It up. Loverde out front, picked up, out front scores! Jeremy Bracco ties it up with some hard work out front, and the Marlies are back in this one. It is played ahead. Bracco has Timoshoff going to the goal. Bracco waits, brings it in, backhand, scores! Jeremy Bracco, what a play! Absolutely marvelous!
Wow, Jeremy Bracco.
In Toronto and on the CNE grounds, the Marlies fans are used to seeing some spring hockey. It went deep last year. They're looking to do it again this year. Back over for Adam Brooks. Shot, side of the goal, picked up, and Wedgwood screaming out back, scores! Adam Brooks opens it up just a minute 26 in to the first period, and that gets them out of their seats.
Well, just what the doctor ordered for the Toronto Marlies. You wanted to get off to a strong start here on home ice after having a 2-0 advantage with 2 victories on the road. You get the puck down, you stop it up, you give it to the late man. The shot comes from the point. It's picked up from behind the net. It's just thrown out front by Carcone, and it almost fun.
Play by McWilliam. It comes to the line, but not out. Loverde down low, scores! Adam Brooks out front. He got a piece, and he picks up the second goal for the hockey game for the Toronto Marlies, and his second of the night. 2-1, Marlies lead.
Huge goal for the Toronto Marlies, no question about it. They give up the tying tally for Rochester on the power play, but they bounce right back here when it's 5-on-5. You get it down in the offensive zone. Michael Carcone, he gets in on the forecheck. Brooks throws it up to the point, and then he heads to the front of the net. And Vincent Loverde stops, comes back the other way, changes.
In across the blue line, picked up Adam Brooks. Takes the 8-15 into the city. Lather, rinse, repeat. Adam Brooks with the hat trick on the night. With 36 seconds left to go, the Marlies up 3-1. As the Marlies are moving on to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs. The Rochester Americans swept for the third time in 3 meetings in the playoffs. The Amerks have never beaten the Toronto Marlies in the playoffs.
Unbelievable. 9 straight victories for Toronto in the 3 different...
For 8 seasons in a row, the Toronto Marlies fans have enjoyed playoff hockey here on the grounds of the exhibition. And this is the second round of the playoffs. Sandin chance, and that got caught up. Shot scores! Pierre Engvall! Hello, playoffs!
Josh Juris spots Sandin. Sandin's shot gets blocked, but it ends up right back on the stick of Pierre Engvall, and he picks up this puck and he just snaps it between the...
Finding more. He's got Mueller on the far side. Shot! Scores! Mueller ties it up!
The Toronto Marley power play has been so good all season long. Was ranked 4th in the American Hockey League during the course of the regular season, and they were terrific in that series, 2 for 8 against the Rochester Americans.
Bracco right back to Rasmus Sandin. Sharply to Timashov. Draws in. Scores! A rip! A thundering rip!
He had an assist in each of the first 3, and now here today gets his first playoff goal, and it comes on the power play. And he gets this puck, and he gets the head up, and he looks to see where he wants to place this shot, and it's up and over the blocking glove.
It up again. Mueller out front wants to tip. That scores! 4 back, 4 more.
That's the initial shot by Bracco. It hits the stick of Mueller and goes off the goalpost, but then comes right back behind Thiessen. And
to Moore, he's got nobody in the goal, and Moore scores! Trevor Moore with his second of the night.
You know, you always talk about the difference at playoff time, you know, the spotlight on special teams, and they gave up a power play.
From Coca-Cola Coliseum in Toronto, it's Game 2 of the North Division Final. The Toronto Marlies and the Cleveland Monsters.
Mueller side of the goal. Bracco waits. Side of the goal. Scores! Mueller on the power play. Starts it out for the Toronto Marlies in the first period and brings the fans to their feet.
And Jeremy Bracco, the assist leader in the American Hockey League this year and second in scoring. Chris Mueller, top 10 guy as well, 33 goals on the year.
Don't overhandle the puck, and then they also don't mind jumping right into things. Here's Duszak with a big shot. Scores! Duszak from distance.
Joey Duszak does a great job of getting set and in position. The one-time shot, and there's all kinds of traffic out in front of Brad Thiessen, and he doesn't see the puck as it eludes the right pad.
Sandin ahead. Korshkov shoots, scores! Igor Korshkov in his first game in the American Hockey League scores to put the Marlies up 3-2 with less than 2 minutes to play in the second period. Welcome to the AHL.
And he gets out there in a terrific pass as he gets ahead of steam, finds himself open, and Rasmus Sandin tape to tape, and he puts the perfect pass and through the 5-hole of
Jeremy Bracco across the line. Mueller going to the goal. Carcone scores! Overtime winner! Michael Carcone from Jeremy Bracco. And just a minute 13 in, the Marlies take home game number 2 in fine fashion.
But Jeremy Bracco, who has been so tremendous so far in this Calder Cup playoffs, and he puts it right in the wheelhouse for Carcone to one-time it, and just like that, it's a 2-0 advantage for Toronto.
Cleveland, Ohio, and they are ready to get behind their Monsters and see if the Monsters can get back into this series. Though, Bob, to be fair, it looked like the Monsters had got back into the series in game number 2. They certainly played. He's got help, but he uses Moore. Now Moore with Brooks, waits, out front, scores! Adam Brooks opens the scoring here as Trevor Moore makes the feed, and it is tapped home by Brooks. 6:36 left to go in the first period. Picks it up, moves it along to Timashov, and Dmytro Timashov takes the 8-15 into the city as the Marlies pick up the second goal of the game with 30. Talk this morning was all about not letting the Monsters up for a breath, not letting them get back in this series, not even giving them life. Up through to Brooks on the break. Brooks on the backhand, scores! Mason Marchment cleans it up as the Marlies, 1 minute into the second period, pick up their first goal of the hockey game.
Well, how important is the next goal when you trail 2-0? And Vincent Laverty, the veteran, gets a pass from his partner Borgman.
Off a leg and back out. Liljegren, long one, scores! Marchment has the exact change for the goal bus as he picks up the tying goal, 2 apiece on the power play.
Well, 3 minutes and 47 seconds into period number 2, and the Toronto Marlies have erased a 2-0 deficit. And Mason Marchment with both tallies, second one here on the power play.
All the way up high to Liljegren, who gets it over to Laverty. Moore down low, Waite shoots, roof! Trevor Moore puts the Marlies up 3-2. An absolutely decent shot by every standard.
I'll tell you, Trevor Moore, who had a 2-goal game in game number 1 in this series.
Here's Timashov, Waite, side of the goal, picked up, and once again, Trevor Moore from Mueller, and the Marlies on the power play go up 4-2. Massive goal by Moore.
Wow, but again, what patience here and puck movement by the Toronto Marlies.
The goal, Jeremy Bracco looking back out front, scores! Carcone from Bracco, 5-2. As the Marlies strike again, 5 straight goals. Carcone unopposed, makes no mistake as he takes the 8-15 into the city, and 6-2 with 37 seconds left. 7 in a row to move on to the conference final for the second straight year. This Toronto Marlies team that finished in 3rd place in the division has won the North Division. They will move on to the Eastern Conference final to face either Charlotte or Hershey. In the here and now, I'm Todd Crocker along with Bob McGill from Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Checkers were the class of the regular season. They put together a strong postseason as well. As Bob pointed out, only 1 loss in round 1. To Timashov, wanders in, Waite shoots, scores! Timashov blasts one home on the power play, 5-on-3, and the Marlies take the lead here in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final. Well, that one whizzed close to its target. Liljegren out front, little tip, scores! Mason Marchment as he tips a long shot from Liljegren. And the Marlies quickly, 57 seconds in, go up 2-1. They're ready to go here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And this is Toronto Marlies hockey. They took a right turn, nearly came to, and then that one sent in on goal. And out front, great chance, scores! Jeremy Bracco, side of the goal, and he beats Nedeljkovic early, 1:33 into the game. Jack, not near enough. Here's Borgman, back to it. Juris on a backhand, and another one, backhander scores! Colin Greening, 2-0 Marlies. And this line gets the reward it's so deserved. Getting it done back across the line, drop back, Marchment waits, he shoots, back out front, backhander, scores! Adam Brooks, wicked goal! Brooks makes it 3-0, 4 minutes and 52 seconds in.
From Coca-Cola Coliseum in Toronto, it's the American Hockey League's Eastern Conference Final, and tonight, Game 3 between the defending league champion Marlies and the visiting
covers the puck. Back over Engvall out front, tip, scores! And Marchment knocked down out front after it, right into Nedeljkovic.
He makes the shot, and he gets pushed from the backside. It's not Didier who actually hits him. It's number 28, yes. As you said, Renouf, and then he falls right on the leg.
who have given Toronto 8 straight playoff seasons, a Calder Cup victory last year, 3 conference finals in the last 4 years. Sent it high, but not by much. Back up for Brooks. Battling out front is Marchment. Here's the shot. Carconi scores! The Kirk Needle. Shelgren in the corner, back up at the line. Lindgren out front, scores! Lindgren from distance! Carconi maybe got the tip out front on that one, did he? With him on the left side, Carconi into the corner, Bracco coming back after it. Out front, scores! Jeremy Bracco ties it up! 8:44 left to go in the third period. Knocked back, Carconi with a chance down the right side. Shelgren in front of him. Wade shoots, scores! Michael Carconi! An absolutely brilliant shot to win it in overtime in game number 4 and tie the series for the Toronto Marlies. A hat trick for Carconi on the night.
From Coca-Cola Coliseum in Toronto, it's Game 5. The Toronto Marlies, the Charlotte Checkers, all tied up at 2 games each. It's the American Hockey League's Eastern Conference.
Sandin keeps it in. Bracco turns, cross ice. Timashov back to Sandin. Here's Bracco again. Out front, scores! Trev or more! In Game 5.
Well, when the power play is not working as well as they would like, keep it simple, but move the puck around quickly and efficiently, and then get it to the net. The redirection by Moore, Tokarski makes the initial save, but Moore gathers up his own rebound.
A Sunday night service here in Charlotte as the Marlies fans are praying for a Game 6 victory in the Eastern Conference Final. Without it, there will be no repeat of a Calder Cup. This game is, in every sense, do or die. Off against Nedeljkovic, the goaltender of the year. Timashov drives out glove side, scores! Timashov, what a move! And gives it away, and now Timashov and Engvall back 2-on-1. Engvall shoots, what a save! Rebound cleared away by Sorella, the goaltender out of the goal, scores! Borgman blasts that one in! And the Marlies tie it up at 2 apiece.
And the 2 goals he's given up, certainly he's
Here's
been
Loverde
strong.
trying to get in close, poke back, Bracco picks it up from there. Rosen with a goal! Blasting in past Nedeljkovic, who didn't see it. And Calle Rosen.
To Coach Sheldon Keefe and his staff, and to these Toronto Marlies players, they have nothing to hang their heads about.